So if you like This Is True Really News, please like, subscribe, and or follow, and tell all your friends that we are available on Apple Podcasts, Anchor FM, YouTube, and Spotify.
This is True Really News with Scott Combs and Tony Vercanis. All the news you're about to hear is true, as far as you know.
A 41-year-old jobless man has sued his parents. What a world. He wants them to pay him maintenance for the rest of his life.
What?
It's the way of the world, dude. I can't make a living, so my parents owe it to me. Go ahead. Picture having that conversation with your folks.
Well, first I'd have to go to Fort Snelling Cemetery and...
Okay, don't be stupid now.
How is that possible?
That's true. Back in the day when they were alive, you go, Mom,
Okay.
Dad, sit for a minute. I have a subject I want to bring up to you.
Yeah.
Kind of like how do you ask your wife about threesomes, right? It's that same awkward conversation. Anyway.
How do you bring such things up?
Exactly. So how was work? Fine. Hey, dear. Fayez Sadiq, a trained lawyer with a degree from Oxford, so he's not an idiot. Well, said that he is completely dependent on his wealthy parents. His Dubai-based parents have let him live rent-free in a £1 million flat they own near Hyde Park for 20 years. They have paid all his bills. However, in America, we just say, but they now want to stop supporting him after a family quarrel. Sadiq is fighting a first-of-its-kind case that can affect the rights of parents in the UK. You think? The 41-year-old is opining that he is entitled to claim maintenance from his parents as a vulnerable grown-up child due to health issues, and that preventing financial support would be a violation of his, ready? Human rights. Sadiq has been practicing law at some top firms, but has been jobless since 2011. His mom, 69-year-old Rakshanda, and dad, 71-year-old Javed, gave him over £400 a week. I could squeak by on that. Listen, if you'd like to lose this guy and adopt me,
I will charge you half.
$250 and I'm good.
But that's my last offer.
I could go to $2, but I'm not telling them that. The lawyer for the parents told The Sun that these long-suffering parents have their own view of what is suitable provision for their, quote, difficult, demanding, and pertinacious son.
Ooh.
The case against the parents claiming maintenance was rejected by a top family court order judge last year, now goes to the Court of Appeals.
If I'm a judge sitting on the Court of Appeals, I'd listen to the whole argument, listen to both sides, and then I would look over at the bailiff and say, how hard can you kick this kid in the butt?
Would you move? See, I'd look at the bailiff, say, could you move just a little? Because I'm going to throw my gavel at him, and I don't want you to get hit in case I'm a little off.
Yeah, if it bounces off his head, it could go anywhere.
That's what we've become these days. Is that it?
Unreal.
We're that entitled? Wow.
Sturgis, Michigan. Yet another judge, Jeffrey Middleton, wisely canceled the bond for a man charged with assaulting his girlfriend when it was discovered the victim and the defendant, attending court via Zoom, were at the same address. I kid you not. An assistant county prosecutor was the first to suspect something was awry about 7 minutes into the proceedings and brought it to the judge's attention. Apparently, she kept looking toward him and he kept looking toward her, even though they were in separate rooms. But, and he would get up and walk away and she'd turn and look and she's going, something ain't right. So the judge asks, both the victim and defendant gave separate addresses. Not being a fool, the judge sent police officers to the victim's address. She answered the door as the judge requested.
Mm-hmm.
Next thing you see on the Zoom meeting was the defendant in handcuffs with a cigarette in his mouth. Defendant apologized to the judge, to which the judge replied, "My advice is don't say another word."
You know the part about remaining silent?
And take the cigarette out of your mouth.
There you go.
This hearing is adjourned. Your bond is canceled.
So it worked well, that is what you're saying.
Exactly. Jurisprudence at its best. Tone?
So if you know anything about Dutchess County, New York, the Hudson River is there.
Ah,
The Hudson, right, goes to the ocean.
yes.
It has been known you'd find northern pike in there, Atlantic sturgeon, even the odd whale once in a while,
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that.
but not sharks. So you can understand authorities getting curious when they learned that a Dutchess County man was apparently selling sharks online. Joshua Seguin, turns out, had been keeping live sharks in an
his
above-ground
pants.
pool at his home
What?
and offering them for sale on the internet. Yes, the 40-year-old was convicted in the town of LaGrange Justice Court of illegal trafficking of shark and ordered to pay $5,000 in fines. At what point do you wake up in the morning? Probably said bolt upright, going, have I got an idea? Oh, this will make a killing.
Next, it's going to be sea turtles.
I'm selling freshwater sharks out of my pool.
Oh, for
It's kinda like-
Pete's sake.
Kind of like buying frozen shrimp from a guy's trunk. It's just not a good idea.
Bad idea. Or, lobsters.
Yeah, don't buy them from a trunk either.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
So this has gone around. It comes around every now and again, and I ran across it, and they're just funny. I don't care who they are. These are problems and solutions
I'll be the judge of the funny part. Go ahead.
in the aircraft industry, and they have been associated with the Air Force, Qantas Airlines, all kinds of airlines. I frankly don't think we know where they actually originated, but the pilots will get out of a plane. First time I read it, I thought they said military. But, a pilot will get out of a plane and leave his gripe list. This is wrong, that's wrong, something happened to that, And the solution from the ground crew is often, shall we say, tongue-in-cheek. So here's my list. Problem, mouse in cockpit. Solution, cat installed.
And always go with the cat that's been tested. Don't go with the beta.
Exactly. Problem, left inside main tire almost needs replacement. Solution, almost replaced left inside main tire. Now, like I said, these are old. They come around a lot. If you heard them before, sorry, but they're still just silly.
I just pretty much pulled the trigger on that one.
Yeah. Problem, test flight okay, except auto land very rough. Solution, auto land not installed on this aircraft.
Wait a minute. Yike.
How'd he get down at all?
That could have been ugly. Oh.
Problem, something loose in cockpit. Solution, something tightened in cockpit. And finally,
hopefully it wasn't the pilot.
Exactly.
You don't want a tight pilot, I'm just saying.
And finally, problem, dead bugs on windshield. Solution, live bugs on back order.
This is true, really news. Send email to TiTR@netradio.network.